In this module, we are going to talk a little about New Relic APM. So, New Relic has a family of products that do a lot of different things. They are similar to application insights. It's a software as a service that can be used and bought online. So all the products that can be used independently, or they can be combined in order to correlate information between them. So the first product is the one you are going to talk about on this lesson, is New Relic APM. There is also New Relic Browser. That's a browser monitoring tool that allows you to see your performance, diagnostics, and the dependencies that are being called from your browser in your application. There is also New Relic Mobile that can track mobile application performance, usage, the performance, crash reporting, etc. There is New Relic Infrastructure that monitors your system health, like your servers, your containers, for things like CPU, disk usage, etc. And it also includes some system inventory capabilities, for example, if you want to know what is installed in each of the systems. Then you have New Relic Synthetics that can simulate real user web calls to your application to monitor availability and performance. For example, you can use it to track how your application is performing in terms of real usage. For example, you can use it in an e-commerce site in order to see if the checkout process is working. You have to be careful with these tests because they can perform real change to your production data, so you need to be careful with the scripts that you write, but it allows you to see how your real application is performing in terms of transactions, for example. Then there is New Relic Insights that can analyze data, create dashboards from events received by the other New Relic products and other data sources. So all products are priced separately. I'm not going into details into licensing. For that, you will need to go to the New Relic site in order to understand that. So New Relic APM, what does it do? The monitoring part. So it can monitor your application, your web application. It can monitor it for performance. It can profile how the code is performing in terms of method and stuff like that. It can monitor your transactions, not database transactions, but your user transactions. It can monitor your dependencies to understand what the application is called in terms of HTTP calls and database, etc. It can also do database monitoring, so you understand how much time is being spent in database calls, if you have any slow SQL, the database response time and throughput, so you can understand the performance, if the performance of the database is affecting your application as a whole or not. And it has availability and error monitor in terms of how your site is available to users around the world and errors. It has also out of the box a few reports that will help you to understand how deployments are affecting the performance and the availability of application, how the capacity of the application is in terms of servers, the scalability, how your hosts are being used. The reports can be received and customized by email, and you can also create custom reports using a drag and drop interface. That is how New Relic APM works. And in terms of collecting data, it relies on something that New Relic calls an agent. The agent monitors the application and runs in line with the application. You don't need a separate installation to do it. So you install the agent like a library or something like that, and it automatically instruments your application and does the recording, so you don't have to do manual changes to the code itself. The agent has support for .NET, Java, Node.js, PHP, Ruby, etc. And it also has support for several databases like Microsoft SQL Server, MongoDB, MySQL, Oracle, etc. So the stack covers a lot of track. New Relic APM also has an Azure integration. So it can be installed into a .NET Azure web application with a single click. It also supports, obviously, worker roles and VMs, just like any other server. The data analysis is still performed on the New Relic website. It's not performed on the Azure portal. If you chose a paid plan, your subscription will be billed directly, so you don't have to have another billing in place with New Relic. So it directly built to your Azure account subscription.